Dear children, yesterday I was taught you lesson 7 in civics, economic presence of the government. In this lesson, I also taught you planning commission and task of planning commission and economic presence of government, infrastructure and development. Today I will teach you multi-purpose project. Today I will teach you multi-purpose project. India has huge water resource in the form of rivers. Various river valley projects were set up on major rivers to harness hydroelectricity and the use of water for irrigation and other purposes. These projects serve many purposes and are there called multi-purpose projects. They generate electricity, provide water for irrigation, check floods and soil erosion, provide facility for afforestation, navigation, fishing and entertainment. Some of the major multi-purpose projects include as Bhakra Nangal, Damodar Valley, Hirakund, Tungabhadra, नागार्जुन, रेहन, चंबल प्रोजेक्ट, नर्मदा वैली प्रोजेक्ट, ये आपके दिए हुए हैं। मल्टीपर्पज़ प्रोजेक्ट का मतलब यह है बहुउद्देशीय नदी घाटी परियोजना। मल्टीपर्पज़ प्रोजेक्ट को हिंदी में बहुउद्देशीय, जहाँ एक साथ कई उद्देश्य प्राप्त किए जाते हों, उन्हें मल्टीपर्पज़ प्रोजेक्ट कहते हैं। ये जैसे आपका भाखड़ा नंगल, रेहन बांध आपने सुना होगा। यहाँ पर बिजली बनाने के अलावा इन डैमों में बिजली के अलावा पानी सिंचाई की व्यवस्था, पीने की व्यवस्था, मत्स्य पालन, मछली पालन जिसे कहते हो, सब व्यवस्थाएं में की जाती हैं। तो एक साथ कई उद्देश्य जहाँ प्राप्त हों, उन्हें हम बहुउद्देशीय नदी घाटी परियोजना या अंग्रेजी में मल्टीपर्पज़ प्रोजेक्ट कहते हैं। किसी नदी पर बांध बनाकर जहाँ एक साथ कई उद्देश्य प्राप्त किए जाते हैं, उन्हें बहुउद्देशीय नदी घाटी परियोजना या मल्टीपर्पज़ प्रोजेक्ट कहते हैं। जिनमें से आपको नाम बताया, ये आपका भाखड़ा नंगल बांध, ये पंजाब, हिमाचल प्रदेश, राजस्थान क्षेत्र में इधर लाभ पहुँचाता है, बेनिफिट पहुँचाता है। रेहन बांध, हाँ, आपको भाखड़ा डैम और हीराकुंड, तुंगभद्रा, नागार्जुन सागर इनके बारे में बताया, जिसमें से नागार्जुन सागर ये आंध्र प्रदेश में, मध्य प्रदेश में, गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र को लाभ पहुंचाता है। इससे जो प्राप्त किया जाता है या जो लाभ प्राप्त करते हैं, उनमें से पहले है एनर्जी आर पावर रिसोर्स आर एक्सट्रीमली एसेंशियल फॉर इंडस्ट्रीज, ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड एग्रीकल्चर. Coal, petroleum, atomic minerals and water are the major source of power. These resources are used to generate electricity. Coal and petroleum are used for traction purpose also. The National Thermal Power Corporation (NTPC) has set up many coal-based power plants in the country. Similarly, the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation (NHPC) has set up plants at the various rivers for generating hydroelectricity. In the northeastern part of the country, the Northeastern Electric Power Corporation (NEPCO) is responsible for the generation of hydroelectricity. All these generations are the public sector. Electricity is also generated from atomic energy. Such plants are located in Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Gujarat. Now, transport sector. The transport sector includes land transport, air transport and sea transport. Roads, British roads. These are called lifeline of the country because these facilitate movement of the people and circulation of goods throughout the country. Railway have covered distant and remote parts of the country and have integrated the whole country. Today, free exists 65,000 kilometers, 65,436 kilometers long railway route and 115,000 kilometers long running track, 930 locomotives, 2,39,281 wagons and 62,924 coaches in the country. India has one of the largest road network in the world, aggregating about 3.32 million kilometers. The country's road network consists of expressway, national highway, state highway, district road, and village road. National highway are the responsibility of the central government. These comprise nearly 2% of the total length of the roads and carry about 40% of the total traffic of the country. In order to give boost to economic development of the country, the government has embarked upon a massive national highway development project NHDP in the country, which is the largest highway project in the country. Now, link between people's aspiration, need and role of the government. Even after independence, our country suffered from several socio-economic problems such as poverty, unemployment, corruption, and inflation. Poor people have few means of subsistence and as such they were unable to meet their minimum needs. Unemployment is rampant and continuous prices rise is adding to their miseries. Illiterate masses suffer from severe health problems. The government is responsible for eradicating all these ills from society. So planning has greatly helped in achieving growth and self-reliance in the economic field, but still a lot more is to be done to raise the living standard of people, to remove poverty, to reduce economic inequality and regional imbalance. Former of the Indian Constitution incorporated a number of a provision in the Constitution to effect large scale of socio-economic change in our society. Preamble to the Constitution aimed to assuring social, economic, political justice to the people. The directive principle commit the nation to be a well-educated, literacy, health, longevity, decent standard of living and gender equality are the key to human development. Unless these are achieved, human development shall remain unrealized. Now, next day, government efforts are reduce poverty.